So in this video, we're going to talk about charging our energy from the social category. And first, we're going to deal with social us, and then we're going to do the other. So the first thing we need to do is seek out activities with others or social situations with others. So this could be anything and everything and anything under the sun that you could think of that will bring you pleasure and enjoyment. And then, of course, there's my personal favorite, EFT. And you might be surprised to learn that a lot of people do group tapping. And so group tapping is a great way and has and helps us derive many benefits in a group, and we can tap on many things. And so I've done several group tapping sessions and I love it. I love the connection with others. And it's really a powerful, powerful technique and method when combined with others. Now, charging our energy from also the social category, other focused, will be all about how we can help another person. So community service has to be top of mind when we think about helping others. And there are so many different ways that we can engage in community service and give back. So it can be coaching a sports team, it can be being a listener for a crisis line, it can be volunteering in a library. There's so many options. I am sure that everybody can find one that works for them. And if a regularly scheduled community service is not something that is feasible for you, there's always the acts of kindness. Thinking of a neighbor, thinking of a loved one in need. What can I do for them to help them out? These are huge, huge, and powerful ways to charge our own batteries in this category. And again, if even the acts of kindness are very hard because many of us lead very, very busy lives. And so if those two methods are not feasible for you, how can we donate either money, items, or food? So during the holidays, we're always thinking about food pantries and making sure that they have enough food for those less fortunate than us. We can also donate money. That's, I think, a fairly obvious one when we're thinking about donations. And then another way that we can donate is donating items that we're not using in our homes or apartments. So we can do a cleanup, we can organize, which is also another form of self-care. And through the process, identify things that we don't need, that are not broken and still usable, and bring them somewhere like a Salvation Army or a place of worship where I'm sure they can give those items to people less fortunate than ourselves. And then here again, we can bring tapping into the equation. So when I learned about tapping, I learned about something called surrogate tapping. And that's where we tap on behalf of someone else or tap for someone else. Now, in this situation, we'd need to get the approval of the other person to do that. And it's a very powerful way of incorporating tapping and tapping for another. So with all of that, we want to start thinking about how we could bring all of these lists and all of this together. And the first thing I want to tell you is, in order to charge your energy, lean towards things that bring you joy. And yes, the pun was definitely intended. Choose joy, choose enjoyment, choose pleasure, because when you do all of that, you are more likely to engage with those activities. The other thing, and so here you have people holding hands, choose the activities that are social as well. And in that way, you can start blending categories and almost doing like a 2-for-1 and enhancing the benefits that you derive from a lot of these methods and techniques. And then finally, you also want to choose the approaches that balance your body, your mind, and your spirit. And when you start thinking about things in this way and you take from all the categories and you filter them through these three filters, then you're more likely to find the practices that really resonate with you. So, from all that, you want to ask yourself the following questions. So, you could take this down in the workbook or just on a plain piece of paper, and you want to identify the activities in all of the different categories that you like doing. And then you want to identify the activities that bring you calm. Next, you want to identify the activities that help you connect with others. And then almost second to last, what activities give you more energy and reduce your tension? And then finally, what activities, you can't see it, but what activities would you like to try that you've never tried before, but that are intriguing now that you've heard about them? So with that, we're going to move on to the last and final video in the teaching or in the course part of this online course before we head into the coaching section of this online course. So I invite you to join me, and I will see you in the next video.